Hey everyone, it's Kel-n-Rich and we're back with you. Welcome. If you've been surfing around the net, if you've been doing other things and you arrived here and it's your first time here, glad you found us. My name is Rich. This is my lovely and awesome wife Kel, who I sit next to here, and we've been doing first reaction videos for about 6 weeks, and we're spanning the genres of metal all the way to progressive rock and anything and everything in between. That's awesome. If you know us, you're communicating with us, you're contributing in the chat room and in the comments, you're emailing me, you've come back just to get a little more of what we're doing here and sharing the experience. Thank you so much. Yes. It means so much to Kel and I. We're having an absolute ball. We're over 14,000 subscribers now, and just the numbers just speak for themselves that we as a community of really like-minded values and appreciation and just being all about the good side of life are here, and we're meeting and we're deepening the experience. So thank you. So this one is one of the bands. This will be our second Celtic or first Celtic Frost.
Ooh, I think this is our first Celtic
Frost. I think it
Frost.
is. And this one, Circle of the Tyrants, it comes recommended by lots of people.
Yeah.
We have a couple of key kind of advisors that are true professionals in terms of music, history, trivia, writers of magazines that are contributing to our learning and our foundation so that we actually have a nice smattering of bands that some people haven't heard of. Certainly in the United States and Canada, bands like Accept, Celtic Frost, other bands that we've done, they're just not as well known as in Europe, I would imagine, in other parts of the world, at least not in the mainstream. So we're doing our best to draw from these experts, and this one comes from one of our experts that said, you know what, the Celtic Frost Circle, yeah, this is a good one to do. So here we are.
Well, we'll see what all of you
We
think.
are request driven here,
yes.
but also we're doing a little bit of technical expertise from some of the aficionados that are lurking around the world.
Thanks for all your help.
Yeah, this is good. This is really, really good. Our morning has been fantastic. Good assortment, and we're loving the music. Here we go. Celtic Frost. Hang on one sec. Kel, can you just tell them about the hashtags while I just bring up a video here?
So in order for us to be able to find your requests, you need to use a hashtag. So if you do hashtag the name of your band, space, the title, space, and where you're from, and then if you could throw in why the song is significant, that would help us. So it would look like hashtag Pink Floyd, no spaces, space, Comfortably Numb, space, Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
And then with the link as well, if you have a certain video. And if you're going to send email, okay, we have to have the link at the top or the subject line, or else we won't, there's no way to search
that. But please don't inundate the email account with just a request after request
I'm just
after
not even going to open it.
They'll just get deleted because there's literally thousands of requests coming in a day now.
And lots of personal stories for emails, and that's the whole idea behind the emails. Private questions, private stories that people don't want to post, or just a conversation with Kel or I. And then if you have a request in there, make sure you also put it in the subject line, something like personal story and with the link. Okay, that will get our attention. There's a huge amount, which is a great thing to have to sort through. We want to honor your requests and honor your stories, but we can't do it if it's a huge, literally mountain range of requests.
And if you're putting in a request once and thinking we'll see it, it may take more than once.
It might be months.
Because
if you're going to do it that way.
It's just
link a story to it. It'll catch our attention. We'll be able to link it to other stories, and then it's like, oh my God, this song is so significant to so many people.
Who don't know, we work, and I'm a lead therapist at a very busy clinic, so I work like 8 to 10 to sometimes 12 hours a day. Yeah. So we do this as our playtime around our jobs. Yeah. So thank you for your patience.
Here we go, Celtic Frost.
Very excited.
Circle of the Tyrants with lyrics.
The
that seems like an early record from them. I don't know. It certainly has vintage qualities to it. If that's a newer release, then that's a pretty good trick. Yeah, I like them. The idea of going back in history and going back to a time of war, like it was played out, like it played out, and putting music to it and the descriptions of that with that backing of music and vocals is really cool. And I can see why there was a golden age of that. And that this, I would imagine, comes from, and I might be completely out of my tree here, but it seems like that comes from the golden age of metal, when lots of bands in Europe, United States, Canada, all over the world, were really coming together like, oh my God, we can do this. And we're going to bring our own originality. And look at the dudes in that photo. I mean, they were full on, got the whole regalia, the axes there, the hair, I mean, everything. It was just a culture and a way of life. And it still might be happening with so many bands from the 80s, bringing it forward today. Bands like Slayer, unfortunately, are hanging it up. And other bands that have been around since the 70s, 80s are probably reaching their grandpas and grandmas, and they're going, the road, I don't know if we can do this too much longer, but boy, to hear them perform like that, it's so professional and so real. That's what I got from that song. How about you, Kel?
Well, you were
making the Oscar the Grouch face in the middle there.
I like it when it's musically heavy, and I like it when it's all-encompassing sound, as we know. I sometimes have a really hard time with the low registry, so half the time I heard...
Oh yeah, the lyric. Without the lyrics, it was impossible to know. It's like, did he really just say that?
So I'm glad you had the roadmap of lyrics, because I would have been completely lost. And what I feel about most of these bands that are older, they did not have the benefit of MTV. Therefore, their storytelling had to be perfect. Think of the radio, not that many of us were alive, but families used to gather around the radio for the Friday night radio program, and it was the detective story, and they made all the sound effects, and the kids would listen to the mystery. These bands sort of kind of remind me of that time, even though I wasn't around, because before the benefits of music videos, when you got their 8-track or their record or cassette or whatever, your mind was the theater, and your mind made it up, whatever adventure it was taking you on. So when I hear bands that don't have a video, I appreciate the lyrics. It just makes my imagination just focus on all the different sounds, and I still have a hard time processing the lower registry sounds, but that doesn't mean I don't want to hear more from this band. I feel, again, I'm going to keep saying it because those of you who are new, listening to one song by a band or an artist, for me, is no way to judge their category or their selection or their catalog of work.
Yeah.
So I need to hear lots from everybody so that I can get a good sense of their musical diversity.
Absolutely. In fact, we have probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 choices from Celtic Frost, either that have been requested or that have been given to us by some aficionados of this kind of classic metal from the 80s, thrash heavy metal. So we're being well directed, and we're still going to stay request driven. So please keep bringing your requests. Just like we said at the beginning, give us a lot of rope, because there's a lot to go through, and there's 107,000 metal bands in the Metal Encyclopedia. Think about that number for a second.
And there's
107,000.
There's
and growing every day.
14,000 subscribers, and there's 2 of us plus a few that have been helping us.
That's
so
right.
Please
So
be
we're
patient.
all doing a good job.
Everybody's doing a good job, so we just have to continue to work together.
Right on. Sealed with a kiss.
Loved it.
Good luck, for love, for good wishes for everyone. Have a great rest of your whatever.
I'll see you soon.
Later.